Hello everyone, I am Nikhil, a second year student at XLRI, and I'm here to talk about a topic which is deeply personal to me. CAT did not go well. I had placed all my bets on CAT, and I did not do particularly well in the exam. What next? What lies in store for me? What can I do about the situation? And how do I psych myself up to be ready for that exam? So before making it to XLRI, I took CAT and ZAT several times before making the cut. So I definitely understand the emotional state that you're in right now. And as somebody who had to go through the process, had to wait his time before, finally making it count. Here is what worked for me. Here is, I would largely stick to universal advice which would apply to anyone and everyone, and at the same time, I would want you to take everything I say with a pinch of salt and apply your mind, or definitely fine tune or customize whatever I have to say before actually applying it for yourself. Right. So the first thing is, for as cliched as it sounds, but you know, for most things in life, you need to be right, but you need to be right only once. You need to be right in a very big way, and you need to make things count in a very big way. Right? So life for most part is a probabilistic game, and there'll be wins and losses. But as long as the wins outweigh the losses in terms of impact and in terms of what it holds for you, and if you are able to latch onto it and make it count, the losses don't exactly matter. Right? All the several times that I actually took cat and zat and did not make the cut, did not even land up, let's say, at the interview stage, all of that today stands or is absolutely irrelevant by the simple fact that I could eventually make it to what is arguably the fourth or the fifth best B school in India, right? And the same could be true for you as well. So I would particularly focus on the period between November of 2020 and early Jan of 21, which was the last time that I took cat and zat respectively, and what was that I did differently? How did I psych myself up? How did I keep my spirits up and so on? Right. So I had taken cat for the first time in November 2016. I took it again in November in sorry 2018, 2019, and then in 2020. So this was the fourth time that I'd taken cat. My weakness was DILR. That was the proverbial Achilles heel, so to say, for me. I could not never really wrap my head around how to start DILR solutions, right? And that spoiled several cat attempts to me, right? And again, November 2020 was a repeat, was a horror show for me in terms of DLR again spoiling my case. And I did not even clear the cutoff for DLR in CAT 2020. Right. And what I did differently between, compared to earlier attempts, that was that I started telling myself that the stakes are low, that it is okay even if I do not land up at a B school, or I do not even do an MBA for that matter, right? So this was at this point of time, and it's relevant to note here that I had put in work of about 4 years. I had worked with a couple of financial institutions as a chartered accountant, and I made a second career switch, joining an MNC where I fancied a career even without MBA. I knew for a fact that working with this brand, working with the kind of role that I was being offered there, I could have a satisfying career with or without MBA, right? So regardless of my preparation for that, I put several things in motion. I ensured that, in fact, I must tell you this, the day immediately after that, the Monday after that, I started a new job with the MNC, right? So, and because of that, the stakes attached to that exam was incredibly low for me, and that is what allowed me to have this mindset where I literally had nothing to lose, and I had a huge upside, very limited downside, which would not affect me directly, and that is what helped me make the cut. All right. If you are watching this video, I would actually want you to read this article, this article about the 85% rule by Hugh Jackman. I first came to know, or I heard about it on a podcast. This was the Tim Ferriss podcast where Hugh Jackman spoke about the 85% rule, where the whole theory is that if you're somebody who's, who works incredibly hard to the point of exhaustion, and let's say things don't, you tend to put get nervous or put yourself under so much stress that you're not at your optimum, whenever such big situations arise, big occasions arise. This theory actually tells you to be a little below your capacity. So you operate at 85% instead of 100%. And because you're slightly relaxed, because you're not operating at the extremes, you're not bursting at the seams, what happens is that you are in a flow state, right? You are in a state where you're not you're not really pushing yourself, you're not really harsh on yourself. You retain your sense of objectivity even when there are a few hiccups, and you keep coasting along, till you reach the final destination. So that is broadly, my advice to you, that that exam, given the timing of it, actually allows you to, regardless of how your CAT goes, to take it slightly easy. You put in all the effort for CAT. It is more or less the same preparation which will apply for that, except for the decision making section, which again is something which you can easily prepare, in about the 4 to 5 weeks window that you get between CAT and SAT. All right. So for people who struggle with DILR like me, decision making is far easier to at least practice and solve and get better at than DILR. That's my personal opinion. So I would want you to focus on the exam, but at the same time, in your mind, reduce the stakes attached to this exam. Tell yourself that, no matter what happens, that, eventually things will make sense. You'll, make a satisfying career out of all the opportunities that you actually land up with, and give your best shot. And again, for as cliched as it sounds, you need to be right, but you need not be right all the time. You just need to be right more often than not, and hope that all your wins outweigh the losses. Good luck and thank you.